today I will be sharing with you the Mutford Middle School Diversity Plan for the 2020 school year. So Mutford Middle School is a grade 6 through 8 school, serving approximately 388 students. 74% Caucasian, 23% African American, and then less than 1% Hispanic or other. They're 18% gifted, 15% with learning disabilities, and then about 70% of our students receive free and reduced lunch, so they're considered poverty students. So in determining the plan for the diversity plan, we looked at Scantron reading data. So our targeted subgroup ended up being Black females and Black males, because those were the two highest percentages of students who were scoring below average on Scantron reading. So for this past school year, 41% of Black males scored below average, and then 38% Black females scored below average. So that left only 6% of males and 12% of Black females who were scoring at the proficiency level. And then we looked back at the previous year, and the data kind of supported that again. So for the previous year's data, 44% of Black males scored below average, and then 25% Black females scored below average, which doesn't seem as big, but that was the next highest percentage. But that only left 7% of Black females and 8% of Black males who scored at the proficiency level. So those are major numbers, and that's what determined our target group. So again, this is just saying that our target group was Black males and Black females, and we're focusing on the area of reading for improvement. So we have several goals that we're going to address. For overall diversity, we're going to look at the climate and relationships. So we want to build a school climate that is accepting of student differences and celebrates those differences. So we want to recognize student differences and reach out to them in that way. So we're going to build relationships between adults and students that's supportive and motivational to encourage growth. We're also going to focus on the curriculum. So we want to provide teaching practices that are developmentally and culturally appropriate so that we can target those students. So we're not looking for a one-size-fits-all curriculum. We're looking for something that meets the needs of the students. And then a major focus is going to be parental involvement. So we want to have ways to include families, encourage them to visit the schools or the school, and then a way for us to stay in constant contact. Okay, so some more specific goals. We are going to meet the students where they are and then scaffold the instruction. So not looking for the same instruction for all students, but meeting them where they are academically and then scaffolding to meet their needs. We're going to provide intervention that's focused on reading and has levelized text so that we can meet those needs. And then daily small group instruction, so not just providing a one way of teaching in whole group, but small group instruction also, so that we can target individualized deficits and push for an increase in those students' proficiency. And then we'll also provide professional development that's focused on effective strategies for African American males and females. So we want teachers to understand their students so that they can meet them where they are, and we can see that growth. So a couple of goals for the educators. We're going to ensure the hiring of diverse faculty and staff, provide for professional development that addresses the needs of African American males and females and their culture. So we want our teachers to understand the students so that they can teach them effectively. Create small group lesson plans that includes various levels of instruction and various cultural issues, and then increase the opportunities for communication between parents so that we can increase that parental involvement. So we want the teachers to ensure that there's a multicultural curriculum, and there are Banks and Banks suggest several approaches to ensuring that this curriculum takes place. So this will be part of professional development that we will dive deeper into these approaches so that we can ensure a curriculum that is multicultural and will meet the needs of the students. And then a major focus is going to be increasing parental involvement, because we know that when parents are involved, then that is going to motivate students, and that's going to ultimately increase their proficiency at school. So there are several things that we're going to expect through this plan. Positive parent contact for all students at the beginning of the year, and then once per 9 weeks. So not just starting it at the beginning of the year, but following throughout the entire year. And then one workshop per semester for parents that's focused on interests and issues relevant to their students or their child's educational needs. So we want parents to want to come in and participate in those workshops. So we want to provide something that's going to be informational and that they'll want to attend. And then we're going to invite parents once per semester to see their children either perform a play or a drama or a lesson or projects, some way for them parents to see what they're learning or to get involved in a lesson and participate in the lesson. And then also provide daily contact through technology formats, whether that's Facebook or the Remind app. And we know that all parents don't have access to technology, so to meet those needs, we will send weekly newsletters for parents who do not have access to technology. So we hope that this plan will ensure a diverse culture that's accepting of all students at Mumford Middle School.